That's crazy. That's crazy. Like the spaces in between my teeth are so real right now. Like that's crazy. Like the gaps in between my teeth are bigger than the spaces in between my teeth are bigger than the spaces that separates the planets in our solar system. Just saying, like look at the spaces in our teeth. Look at the spaces in our teeth. Look at the guts. Look at the guts. Look at the spaces. Look at the spaces. I was thinking about getting some braces, but I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. I don't know. People think that I should get braces, but I was like, no, I don't really care what people think. But it's like every time I look, it's like damn. I mean, if I do get braces, it would be because I decided to get them, and not because somebody else said them. But um, just saying, it's 50-50. Like I don't need braces. Some people think I need braces. I don't really need braces. I don't want braces. I kind of want braces. I contradicted myself right there by saying that I don't want braces. Then again, I said I do want braces. So that doesn't really make any sense. Just saying. If anybody has braces, embrace them. Again, I'm not wearing no underwear. Wow, I said I'm not wearing no underwear. That's creepy. I'm tired. Let's go. Disregard everything that I just said. Just saying. I'm wearing underwear. I'm not free balling anything. I think somebody in the last comment said that they're free balling, and I'm like, oh, well, all right, as long as you're in the house.
When I was 21, I transferred to a college in San Francisco. I checked out a room for rent on Craigslist. It was a really nice 2-bedroom apartment. It was cheap rent and close to campus, so it was the ideal spot.
Okay.
The girl who lived there was 29,
right,
and her name was Beth. She was tall and wide, and she had jet black hair and wore pale makeup. She seemed nice, although a little bit quiet. But she seemed...
It's always the quiet ones. Always. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It's always the quiet ones. You ever been in school and you have that one or two classmates, right? That's just quiet all the time. And the moment they say something, you're like, I didn't know you can talk. What? Where the hell did that come from? You didn't talk the whole semester, but you want to talk on the last day of school? Are you serious? The last week of school? Are you serious? Nah. You good. You go ahead. You probably know Adam, don't you? Yep. There you go with that BS again.
Liked me a lot and agreed to let me move in. So far, so good. My first night there, we went out for pizza. And that's when I could tell that something was a little bit off with her.
Right.
Throughout dinner, she kept telling me how much I looked like Shia LaBeouf.
Right.
I didn't know what to say, so I just shrugged it off with a thanks. I mean, I looked nothing like him, so it just didn't make any sense to me.
That's like, I'm sorry for pausing this early in, the video, but anybody that says that you look like somebody, but you look totally, but you know for a fact that you don't look, that's like me saying, that's like somebody saying to me, like a female that think I'm attractive, that's like them saying to me, like, I look like Will Smith. How the hell I look like Will Smith? Really? At most, I look like Eddie Murphy. And I don't look like that motherfucker. I mean, it's not the nose, I guess, but some people think I look like Comedy Shorts Gamer, Deji, or whatever his name is. I don't know. But if somebody likes you and they say that you look like somebody, but you know for a fact that you don't look like that person, That's a red flag. Just saying. Just saying. That's like you telling me I look like uh Idris Alba, or uh I don't know, Justin Bieber. Totally different race too. Just saying. Is it race? Yeah. Color. I got. Yeah. Let's go.
When we get back home, she asked if I had seen her room yet. I said no, and she took me to go see it. Her walls were covered in posters of Shia LaBeouf.
Wow.
She even had printed out photos of him all over her mirror.
Wow, creepy.
She owned all of his movies. I didn't know what to make of it. It was pretty creepy. The whole night she had been saying I look like him, and now it's obvious to me that she's obsessed with the guy.
Right.
A few weeks passed, and I never really saw her that much. We didn't spend any time together, really. She would come home from work and practically run to her room. She would spend the whole night in there. She had this really creepy high-pitched giggle, and I would hear her giggling through the walls at night. I would wonder what the hell she could possibly be doing. Occasionally she would come out and talk for about 2 minutes, and she would always be slurring her words. I suspected she was drinking heavily. Sometimes she wouldn't even say anything, and she would just stand in the hallway and watch me in the living room. I would turn and see her, be surprised, and say, "Hello, Beth." Then there would be this long awkward pause, and she would give out her creepy high-pitched giggle. It was uncomfortable being around her. She always gave me the chills. One night I woke up around 2 a.m. because I heard what sounded like the front door being unlocked. I came out of my bedroom, and all the lights were off, but I could still see Beth standing at the front door. She had her face against it, and she was turning the lock back and forth over and over again. Every time she turned the bolt, she mumbled my name. Seeing her standing in the dark and mumbling my name really freaked me out. It doesn't help that she kind of looks like a bigger version of the girl from The Ring. I quietly went back to my room and tried to go to sleep. One night I was watching Gladiator when she stumbled out of her room and turned on the living room light, forcing me to pause the movie, which was a bit annoying. She then asked me if I wanted to hear a story about her ex-boyfriend. It was an uneasy segue into the topic, but I just said sure and then awkwardly sat back to listen to her. 10 minutes into her story, she was so riled up. She was screaming at the top of her lungs about their breakup. I was worried that the neighbors were going to call the cops, and she wasn't listening to me when I was asking her to lower her volume. Amidst all her screaming, one thing she said really freaked me out. She was in such a fit, and she yelled, "I'll slit his fucking throat." That was a big game changer. I suddenly had no idea what this woman was capable of. I realized she was practically a stranger, and everything I had seen was becoming alarmingly disturbing. After a few more minutes, she told me thanks for listening and started doing her weird giggle. I got out of there pretty fast and went to my room to go to sleep. I had a pretty unsettled feeling about being in the house with her, and what's worse is that there's no lock on my bedroom door.
Wow.
I pushed the edge of my dresser in front of it to act as sort of a little barricade. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of my dresser scraping across the floor. Beth was pushing the door open. I turned on my light, shouting at her to stop. I could see her through the opening of the door. She was so drunk and had this insane look in her eyes. I pushed the door closed and yelled at her to go to bed. I could hear her walk back to her room, but I could never fall back asleep. The next morning when I went out into the hallway, my heart dropped. I saw one of her steak knives was on the floor by my door.
The hell?
I got goosebumps all over my arms. All I could think about was her saying she would slit that guy's throat. I confronted her about it, and she told me she didn't even remember trying to push my door open.
She's crazy.
She said she didn't even remember telling me about her ex. I'd had enough. My lease was month to month, so I found a new spot and moved out. About a month after I moved out, she contacted me. I was at the movies, and my phone was off. When I got out, I turned my phone on, and to my shock, I received 40-plus text messages that she had sent me over the past 2 hours.
Damn. 40 plus? Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Right. I text fairly a lot. Not as much as I used to. But if you text somebody, right? So you text somebody saying, hey, or what's up, or how are you, or how's it going, or something along those lines, right? You text them that, and then they don't respond. Depending on what that person's doing. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt, like that movie or whatever, right? You are cluck it. They're not doing nothing, right? So you text them saying, "Hey, what's up?" Right? And they don't text you. They don't respond back, and 2 hours, you send them another text saying, I don't know. Everything okay? Because I want see. Okay, I don't know how to put this together. Because first I'm tired. I'm really tired. But okay, so I don't really like to edit nothing out. So we just want to back up. Just start from the beginning. Because 40 plus texts, that's a lot. Like, you press. Like, there's something wrong with you. Right? So, you first text you send somebody, it's like, it's normal. Right? And they don't respond. Okay, I get it. You might be busy. 2, you send another text. They still don't respond. Okay, what's up? Are you ignoring me? Whatever. 3, yeah, you send a text. They don't respond. Okay. Something's wrong. 4, you send 4 texts and that person still doesn't respond? Something happened. Either something happened to that person, or y'all beefing, or that person heard something from another person to make you stop texting. To make that person stop texting you or whatever. 5th text? 5th? Y'all might just have to talk it out in person. But 40 plus texts, like, it's something really, really wrong with you. Like, it has to be. Like, either that or, I don't know. Like, that girl, that lady is crazy. The day I ever received that many texts from anybody, we gonna have some problems. We gonna have some problems. Just saying.
They were all just insane texts that ranged from everything between "Hi, how are you?" to "I fucking hate you."
See?
It was insane.
It's crazy.
I didn't respond, and I never heard from her again. I always wonder if I hadn't set my dresser in front of my door, would she have quietly come into my room and slit my throat?
Yeah, probably.
It always freaks me out.
You should think about getting a lock. Just saying, you know?
I live in a small village in the very north of Scotland.
Right.
So large shops and resources are a far distance. For that reason, I usually rely on internet shopping to get me my needs. I needed to buy a backpack for when I leave for university, one better than the one I already have. So I turned to Craigslist as I normally do. As a student, I prefer to go for the cheap option.
Right.
Craigslist usually provides that. After looking for a short while, I came across a really good-looking bag at only 15 pounds, and thought it was an absolute steal, so I phoned the seller. Immediately, what struck me was this guy's accent. It was obvious that he wasn't Scottish or even from the UK. He sounded Polish or something European. I'm still not sure.
Right.
He said he was from Glasgow, That's at least 5 hours by car from where I live. But when I told him the area I was from, he reluctantly offered to come by my house to give it to me.
Oh, no.
This all seemed strange, being that the sale was only for £15. Nonetheless, I foolishly gave him my real address. He said he'd drop by later on that day. Skipping forward about 7 hours to about 10 p.m., I was thinking that he wasn't going to come after all. But at around 10:20, there was a chap at the door.
10:20? That's late as hell, bruh. For anybody to be coming that late, especially, for somebody that you don't know, that's a complete stranger, to be coming by your house that late. That's way, way too late. You clucking up real bad. And I really hope there's somebody in your house. So if things pop off, that you got some help with you. If you don't, because it sounds like it's nobody in the house, and it sounds like you're the only person in the house. Just saying. So yeah, 10. Yeah, that's really late at night. Nope. For some groceries? Are you serious? You deserve to get clucked up, and I hope you do get clucked up, because that's crazy. How are you going to be the only one, which I think you're the only one in the house? How you going to have somebody that's a complete stranger come to your house and that late just for some groceries? You couldn't do it during the day? You couldn't do it the next day, early in the morning? You had to do it late at night? Something gonna happen to you. Watch.
Surprised that it was so late, I looked out the window round to the front door just to be sure. And sure enough, it was a young man standing with a backpack in his hand. Slightly relieved that it wasn't a robber, I went to the door and opened up. It was the guy on the phone for sure. The accent confirmed it. "Hey, here it is." I smiled and took out my wallet, taking out £30 because of the trouble he went through to come here and the condition of the bag. He smiled and opened his arms as if he wanted a hug. Being a gay guy, I rarely turned down any hugs and just assumed it was a cultural thing, so I hugged him and he left. I was still confused that he came all this way just for £15, but I didn't find it overly strange. At around midnight, I was finishing another episode of 24 and was just about ready to go to bed. From outside the house, I heard a car door shut. This was really weird for this time of night, and in my area, the nearest house is about a quarter-mile away. I rarely see the people that live there. I paused the TV and went over the window to see who it was. I recognized the car as being the same green sedan that man had had. But he wasn't there.
Right.
Nobody was. It was at that point when I heard the back gate opening. I fucking nearly shit myself. I ran quietly to the kitchen where the back door is, staying low to the ground on the way there to avoid whoever it was seeing me from the kitchen window. I usually don't lock both doors till I go to bed, so both were still unlocked. I grabbed the keys from the counter and quickly locked the door. As I did, I got a fright at the security light turning on in the back garden. It's a motion sensor that turns it on. I looked up to see him again. He had a creepy smile on his face. No teeth showing, just a lip smile.
Ew.
I stood up and shouted, "Whoa, dude, what the fuck are you doing back there?" He said nothing and just continued to smile, looking directly at me. I found myself just staring at him until the situation actually kicked in, and I took the keys from the back door, then bolted to the front to lock it. About halfway to the front door, I heard a window smash in the kitchen. My stomach ached at the fact that he was probably making his way into my house. I made a turn to go up the stairs towards the toilet, so I could
Y'all already know where he clocked up, right? Y'all already know the couple of times where he sorry, see, I'm starting to get pissed. I'm starting to get real mad. I almost cursed in his motherfucker. Cause he's starting to piss me off. But y'all know, yeah, like, you know, right? Like, you know where he's clucking up, right? You know, he's clucking up like 2, 3, 4 times right now, all at once. Would y'all agree that, you know, he deserves to get clucked up as many times as he's clucking up his damn self?
Myself in there. While in the toilet, I heard him stumbling and broken glass falling onto the floor. He was in my house. I pulled my phone out of my pocket and quickly dialed 999. I told them of the situation as fast as I could, and they told me they'd get officers out to me as soon as possible. The police station was just up from my village, so I knew someone would be here pretty quick. The operator asked me to stay on the phone until someone arrived. I was focused on the man's footsteps, which would slow down and speed up every so often. He eventually walked upstairs and tried to open the bathroom door. When he realized it was locked, he whispered to me, "I know you're in there, Cameron." Hearing him say my name made my stomach churn. I screamed, "The police are coming. Just back the fuck off, man."
You don't need to say that.
After saying that, he started to kick in the door. I backed up against it with more strength than I knew I had. Then in the distance, I heard the sirens and the blue lights reflecting from the bathroom windows. He continued to kick at the door, but then I heard the car doors open outside and fast footsteps. I heard the front door burst open, and then, "Police officer with a taser, drop the knife." Again, I felt sick knowing he had a knife. It sounded as if he started running back downstairs. Then I heard what sounded like a taser firing, and the guy screaming, then a thump. After he came through, they officially arrested him for attempted murder and trespassing. I've pressed charges, but the fact is he won't get any more than 7 months in jail. After that, he'll be free to come right back.
What?
I'm now trying to sell my house to get out of here as fast as possible.
7 months? 7 years. Try that.
Again, like my other posts, I'm no writer or storyteller, so please bear with me.
Right.
I have a very stable job, and a very good one at that. But sometimes you need a little extra money, right? I'm currently moving into a newer, bigger, and nicer apartment, so I've been putting down payments and using money to move. By no means am I broke, but it's always nice to earn some extra cash. I thought of selling some clothes that I never actually wear. I've already donated a lot of older clothes to the Salvation Army,
right,
but for the clothes I never wore and that are worth some good cash, I decided to sell them over Craigslist and the Let Go app. The Let Go app has never failed me. Craigslist, well, I've never tried it before, but my friends have had some great experiences. I was trying to sell a very cute short-sleeve black and white flower dress for $12. I put my number down so I could just talk to people directly, since I don't use my email very often. Side note, I posted a picture of me in the dress that my friend took, not showing face and with a blank white wall background behind me. I got a text a couple hours after I posted the dress. Here's how the conversation went.
"Hey, I saw your dress on sale. Is it still available?"
"Yes, it is."
"It's kind of hard to see the dress in the picture you have posted. Do you have any more pictures of you in the dress?"
I've sent a picture of the dress on a hanger, one picture close up for detail and one to see the full dress.
"I asked for pictures with it on. I'll just look at the ad tomorrow."
I never responded back. It was very alarming to have someone talk to me like that. Why would someone want to see the dress on? I mean, I guess I understand, but really? 2 days later, I got a weird phone call at 7:05 a.m. By the way, this was my day off, and I usually keep my ringer on because I'm always on call. To see that it wasn't work and an unknown caller, I was pretty pissed, so I just let it ring. They called again right after. I sighed and cleared my throat to answer. Hello?
Picking up a unknown number that didn't leave a voice message. You clucking up. That's a red flag right there. Alright, 2, people can track phone numbers. Just something, for anybody that doesn't know. People can track phone numbers, so be careful about where you put your phone number. Like where you be posting that and who you talking to on the phone, cause people can track phone numbers. I don't know how, but they can. You just don't take that chance. Don't especially with unknown numbers. I do not answer them Jones. Even if they leave a voice message. Just saying.
A raspy, gargled man's voice answered back to me.
Yes, hello. Are you the one selling the dress?
I am, yes.
I'm calling for my wife. I have some questions.
In my head, I was wondering what he was talking about.
He don't got no wife.
But I decided to go with it.
He don't got no wife.
My name is Mark. And yours?
I give him my name, but he fails many times.
See?
It almost made me think that I was being prank called.
See?
It was pretty frustrating because I told him and spelt my name about 20 times. We get over introductions and he gets into the questioning phase.
Is it a thick dress?
It is.
Can this be worn as a fancy dinner dress?
It can be. You can dress it casual or all dressed up.
Okay. How tall are you?
Whoa.
I'm 5'3".
See?
Okay, so my wife's pretty short and around your height. Do you wear a bra with the dress?
She can wear it with or without.
What?
Or continues to push if I've ever worn a bra with the dress.
Too many questions.
I start to get short with my answers.
Too many questions.
Where are you right now?
What?
I feel like I've just woken you up.
I decided to lie to cover myself. Yeah, I'm at a friend's currently.
A girlfriend's?
A friend's. I'm just not home, okay?
Too many questions.
But did you sleep in the same bed as her?
To what? Whoa. Okay, I'm tired, but I'm not about to. Nah, I'm not gonna let that slide. Did you hear what he just said? Did you sleep? I think he said, did you sleep in the same bed with her? How do you go from, right? Is it a thick dress to, did you sleep in the same bed with her? This is like the normal questions, right, that you should be asking. Up here, these are the questions that you should not be asking. No. You see this gap right here? Do you see this gap? This is the you doing too much gap. This is the gap that you starting to play around with something you don't want to be playing around with. Right? This is the gap that I don't know why I paused. Wow, I lost my train of thought right now. All right, that's crazy. But this is a big gap. Just saying. I just don't understand people sometimes. You talking to somebody that's making you uncomfortable, and you showing no signs of ending the phone call, except making, like, you just end it. Just end it. Like, just end it. Just end it.
You move on. I'm not home right now. His phone cuts out and he calls back a minute later.
Sorry, my phone died. So anyways, what size cup are you?
What?
Excuse me, I don't really feel comfortable answering that.
B or C? You look big-breasted, very gifted. My wife has an ass, do you?
I don't want to answer this. You're making me uncomfortable. I'm going to hang up.
But does this dress ride up your back? When you walk, does it show your ass?
I hung up. He decided to call me over and over, and it's not like he can block his number because his number was unknown. By the 20th call, I answered him to tell him off. Listen, I don't feel like...
You know, I know where you live. I want that dress.
See?
I hung up and cried. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I would understand if a guy wants a dress for his own pleasure, sexual or not, but at least tell me and not act like his wife needs one. Does he even have a wife?
No.
Why couldn't she call me herself? I don't know. I have so many questions. I'm legit scared, and this number just won't stop calling me. I even got an email that's not related to this about a guy named Mr. Anonymous asking for smelly old flats. Is this normal for Craigslist?
I think so. Never been on Craigslist. I don't plan on going on there.
I'm a 25-year-old guy. This happened 4 years ago, and it's still unresolved, if you would like to call it that.
Right.
It was a Friday night, and I had gotten off work around 5:30 p.m. and was ready to make plans for the night.
Right.
I was recently single, and with asking readers not to judge, I made up for lost time. I had met a few new girls, but most other single girls I knew didn't think my breakup was for real, because my girlfriend and I had been together for such a long time. As the type of people to stay away from clubs, I began to explore online dating. While at home, I start looking at girls near me on Plenty of Fish.
Online dating. That's a red flag in itself. You might as well go on cluckmeup.com or eHarmony CluckUps. I don't know. You already know how that goes. 97.6% of the time, online dating never works out. I don't care what it is. You heard about that Christian mingle? I don't know what it is. People lie all the time. I don't care what you call it. I don't care what you do. People, it's online. People lie. People lie even in person. When you meet people in person, what makes you think they're not going to lie online? You've got to be. You got to be a fool, an idiot, a knucklehead, McSpadgertron, and shouts out to anybody that knows what that means or where that came from. Knucklehead McSpadgertron. Hashtag, and then put, it's a cartoon. Just put just hashtag and then put the cartoon of where Knucklehead McSpadgertron came from. It was in a movie too, just saying. Alright, that's enough hints. But yeah. You already know where this online dating is gonna go. So let's not.
For some reason that night, I really wanted to be in the company of a woman, and the hour I had spent with no suitable response began to wear my patience down.
Right.
I eventually looked at Craigslist and posted a personals ad. Now, I know Craigslist is not the best place to meet people.
You think?
But at this point, I was thinking with my other head, if you know what I mean. I went out for an hour or two, and when I returned, I noticed that I had some responses to my ad. Mostly spam, obvious escorts, and catfish. I may have been desperate, but I wanted someone I felt comfortable with, on a friend and personal level. After weeding out the others, I saw one response that looked legit. I could tell she had read the ad, and it was an actual written response. She even included a few pics, all of which looked pretty normal. She was cute, but didn't look like a model or from a magazine or anything like that. They just looked like selfies she had taken of herself. In hindsight, there was something about this that I didn't catch at first, which is important to the rest of the story. I use a dummy email for Craigslist, and I have it set up that pictures don't download automatically. I learned my lesson after posting an ad for a table and getting a dick pic. However, these pics showed up right away as soon as I opened the email. After some back and forth, I decide that I'll come over. She gives me the address, and I see that it's an apartment building. Even better, as I'm always thinking of safety. I didn't want to go inside some stranger's actual home. I get there and email her that I'm outside. Just give me the exact building and apartment number. She tells me to get out and walk to the courtyard, so she can make sure I'm who I'm saying I am. Understandable. I said I was 5'11". It would be scary on her end if someone 6'5" or something was out there. After seeing that it truly was me, she says she has to tell me something. I'm thinking the worst, and start wondering what it could be. She then tells me, "I'm really a man. I'm sorry." Now I'm pissed, but that washes over immediately, as I just feel played. I'm prepared to just take my loss and quickly head back to my car, when I start getting more emails. He tells me to come in, that he can give me money or cook, or have drinks or whatever.
What? No.
He sounds like he really just wants the company.
No.
But I'm not just going to chill with some guy.
No.
He then sends one last email that simply says $200, 2 hours, no touching and no sex. It catches my eyes, and I walk up to his door. Stupid, I know. But at this point, I'm thinking I'll just take his $200, maybe knock over some of his things for tricking me, and just leave. My better judgment gets the best of me, thankfully, and about 5 feet from the door, I turn around and leave. I decided that this was a sign that I needed to just stay home for the night. I stopped at a 7-Eleven to grab some beer. I get back in my car and start reading through Facebook. All of a sudden, I get a Facebook message from someone I don't know, and who I can tell is a fake profile right away, saying, "I'm sorry, can you please come back?"
No.
I get upset at the nerve of this guy, and then the air escapes from my throat. How did he get my personal Facebook? I used a fake email that has no ties whatsoever to any of my real accounts. I message him back. "Leave me alone. I'm not interested." The man then threatened me by saying something along the lines of, "You should listen," adding my name and my job. It was listed on my Facebook, but it was my first ever camp job before college, so it didn't really mean much. I told the man to either stop or I was coming back with help to make him. I didn't get any more messages after that. I deleted the Facebook messages, deleted my email account, and went home. 2 days later, when I'm on my computer, I got a Facebook message from the guy that says, "Black shirt." I don't even begin to give the time of day to decipher that, and delete the message. I block the man. 10 seconds later, I come to the realization that I'm wearing a black V-neck.
Yeah,
I
wow.
look at the window as if I'm suspecting someone to be peering inside, when I remember that I'm on the 11th floor of a high-rise building. There's only one way in, and the door has a strong deadbolt lock. Whenever I come in, I quickly close and lock the door due to my pets, so I knew there was no one physically in my place with me. I'm startled, but I just brush it off as a scare tactic. I bet about 6 in 10 guys right now are wearing a black shirt. The man just seemed like a lonely troll, and I'm sure he was doing this to everyone who fell trapped to his Craigslist scheme. I closed my computer and went on with my day. 2 days later, I'm back sitting at my computer per usual, when once again the man messages me. I already know it's going to be nonsense, so I'm going to do a mark as read and delete so he can't see that I read it. I see a partial message that says black and red globe. I literally scoot my chair back and stare at my computer. Right behind me, I'm sure reflecting in my screen if the light would have hit it correctly, said a globe with black water and a red land. A friend got it for me because it was different. I understood right away that this man could access my webcam. I then thought back to my original email. He penetrated my picture firewall, and he somehow tied my fake email to my real name. I'm pretty good with computers, but I'm the first to take note when I'm dealing with someone who is a genius with them. And this man gave off every vibe that he knew what he was doing in the computing world, and maybe even had some hacking skills. I slam it shut and pace around the room, mumbling to myself that I had been so careless to put myself in a position like this. I run to a drawer and scramble for some black electrical tape. I find some and place it over the cam. I'm officially freaked out at this point. I'm not a tough guy by any means, and I hold my own in most situations, but I felt out of control. I delete my Facebook account and every other social media account as well. I spend the next 10 minutes privatizing my online presence and cleaning out my computer. I keep the tape on and try to get on with my week. 2 days later, I come home from work at around 6 p.m. I come in, close my door, and greet my pets. I see a white piece of paper that was slid under my door. This usually either meant maintenance had a project going on, we were late for rent, or the elevators were broken. We got a lot of those elevator letters. I pick it up and place it on the table, as I get my dog to stop jumping on me and put my bag down. I pick up the note and read it, and it says blue doormat. To give you some background, during a drunken escapade, my ex and I bought a bright blue doormat that we were both 100% certain was green, and would match the green carpet outside our door. When we both sobered up the next morning, we realized how off we were and decided to keep it as a joke. This man had been inside my building, and at my door. The thing is, it was a very big building. You would need to know the building number, address, floor number, and apartment number. My dog wasn't going crazy, but I ran into the kitchen and grabbed a knife. I swung the main closet doors open. Nothing. I run to the bedroom and swing those doors open, but once again, nothing. I race into the bathroom and open the shower curtain. The man hadn't been inside, but he had been close enough. I'm not the type to call the police, but I felt like I had no idea what to do. After sleeping on it, I called 911 the next day and asked for non-emergency. After a hold, I'm connected to a lady and tell her what's going on. She says she can't do anything, but gives me the number to the police of the city where the man lived. I call and speak to an officer, and basically tell him I'm not trying to press charges or anything, but can someone please go over there and scare him or something. I could tell the cop wanted nothing to do with me, but I kept his ear. Probably because he could hear a rational young man basically pleading with him to help. He said he would send someone out there. I get a call a few hours later from the station. The cop I spoke to before says that there's no answer at the door. He told me he went to speak to the leasing office, and the sales manager said that the only person who lived there was an older lady who had been there forever. I froze for a moment. The guy wasn't even at that apartment when I came there. I started to think. Was he in a different apartment? Was he waiting in a car? Behind a tree somewhere in the courtyard? I personally think he was somewhere inside a neighboring apartment just watching. However, I had never felt so careless. The cop told me to reactivate my account and wait for another message. I did that for a month or so before shutting it down for good, making another one. I just felt more comfortable that way. I've never had another encounter, and have since moved and gotten a new computer. I got the courage to go out to that apartment twice. The first time I didn't get a response when I knocked. The second time I was greeted by an older lady similar to what the cop told me. I told her what had happened, and she assured me she had no sons or nephews or anything. She left me with a lecture telling me to be safe. That was 4 years ago. I'm 25 now, and look back at my 21-year-old self. I would never even consider meeting someone online like that now. Please, if it seems sketchy, then it is.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
What is up, guys? Blue Spooky here, as always.
I love that.
I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far to the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave feedback in the comments below, as well as perhaps like, share, or subscribe if you feel so inclined. If you have a personal story that you'd like to submit, or you'd like to just send me a message, links to all of my social media will be in the description for the video below. This includes my Gmail, Twitter, and Facebook accounts. Go ahead and send me a message on any of those, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you do decide to send in a story, please be sure to include in the tagline what the theme of the story is, if it has any, the name of the story, and how you would like to be credited in the description of the video the story appears in. If you're curious at all about the music used in this video, the music is always listed in the description below, in the order which it appears. I also have links to the artists and list the tracks by name, just in case you want to find more of their work. Last but not least, if you have any criticism, please be sure to leave it in the comments below, as I'm always looking for new ways to improve the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. I'm gonna just try to get straight to the point, because I have to pee really bad, and I just want to say what I need to say without no interruptions. I have never trusted Craigslist. Never have, never will, for anything, for any reason. Mainly because I've always heard stories, bad stories, on Craigslist. I've heard them, I've seen them. I've never experienced it, but that's because I don't play around with stuff like that. If I ever did, you know, yeah, if I ever did, like I don't know, like got something from Craigslist, I'm going to be meeting you. I'm going to meet you. First of all, if I'm going to meet with somebody, it's going to be in broad daylight, sunny as can be. I'm going to have somebody with me, just cause you best believe I'm going to have my Adidas on, because you already know I'm not with the BS, right? I'm not with the gangs, right? You best believe it's going to be in public with mad people around, so in case anything pop off, we got hella witnesses. Just saying. But even with all that going on, I still wouldn't feel comfortable meeting somebody from Craigslist. Cause you know what I look like. So yeah, that's all I need. Like, the fact that you know what I look like, you know, creeps me out. So yeah, like, you can easily pop up on me. I don't know how, but you could. So yeah, Craigslist is just one of those things that that people should really be cautious about. Just like online dating, which is a no-no, but I can't speak for everybody, but yeah, online dating is just, it's not a 50-50. It's not a 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. It's more like a 99 to 1% chance. 99% you're gonna get clucked up. 1% you're gonna get clucked up, but you might make it out alive. Just saying. But yeah, if you have any Craigslist, I don't even know how to say that properly. Craigslist, there we go. Stories, good or bad. Please let me know that in the comment section below. I'll check them out in the comment section. But I do want to point out, in the beginning of this video, I said I didn't have underwear on. Correction, I do, because some people, like, you have to forgive me, right? Because I am human. So if I'm tired, right, like I am now, I tend to say things that I don't mean, or I just don't be thinking about what I be, like, I don't say what I be, I don't think before I say it. There we go. So it kind of just comes out. So I don't know how to show this without getting, like, this is my underwear right here. Just in case people, just saying, I'm not like, if you watching this video and you freeballing it, like, you have nothing on, that's all right, you do good. But I'm on camera. I can't be doing all that. So yeah, keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.